going live. We're going live. First YouTube live ever. First YouTube live ever. Live on Insta. Well, Insta. I think we're up on YouTube. We're going live. We're going live. Perfect. I think we're live on both. Awesome. We are live teaching y'all how to thrive. What's going on Insta? What's going on YouTube? The very first YouTube live I have ever done. This is going to be cool. This is going to be exciting. Today, I want to give you guys some gems. We're going to be talking about the best biz for 2023. This is going to be the best business for 2023. Now, I feel it's the beginning of December 2022. So we still have a whole month to prepare for 2023. So that way you can survive, you can thrive in 2023. And I'm going to give you guys a specific business model, a roadmap, every single bit of info that you're going to need to get launched, get started, and have a clear path of where you're going, what you're trying to achieve. All right, but to start, if you guys don't know me, my name is Jeremy Funderburg. I own a company called Lifestyle CEO Fast. I am the author of the book Never Worked to 40, and I'm the leader of the Never Worked to 40 movement. All right, and basically what I do is I teach people how to start their own six-figure part-time marketing companies. And that's going to go into what we're talking about today. Hint, hint, surprise, right? But the reason I'm doing this is so I can fulfill my mission of helping 250 people in 2023 alone create financial independence by starting their own business and creating a lifestyle by design instead of by default. So we're going to go over a lot of information today. Grab a pen, grab some paper, be ready to take some notes. Go back to this video again so that way when 2023 comes, you can actually be in a position to where you can place yourself to have a lifestyle that is absolutely second to none. And it's a lifestyle that you'll be able to design from scratch by yourself, right? So the best business in 2023. Now, there's a lot of different ways we can go about this. So, Jeremy, there's a lot of different things you can do. I understand that. Some people, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. Here, it's all about real estate, real estate, real estate. I get it. It's a lot of money in real estate. But when I say best, I'm talking about the best business that you can use to create financial independence and have a lifestyle. That's why my company is called Lifestyle CEO Fast. I'm all about creating a lifestyle. So there's a lot of people in real estate. And if you're talking about real estate investing, all right, cool. Go invest in some real estate. What are you going to do? You're going to go buy a property? Go ahead, go buy a property. What? How much money you gonna make? You're gonna replace your full-time income? Maybe an average household in America makes $50,000 a year. All right, cool. You gonna make $50,000 a year? You need to invest $1 million. You'll save typical 5% return. I know there's a lot of people out there talking about all these big returns. Guys, that's pie in the sky. Very few people get those returns. They're not that predictable. They're not that sustainable. On average, you're looking for 3 to 5%. Maybe a 10%. I'll give you a 10%. So if you're going to go 10%, you need $500,000 invest in the real estate to create $50,000. First of all, $50,000 per year is not that much money. We're going to cover that in a second. You don't even want that target. You don't want to know what you got to invest to actually hit the targets you should be aiming for. But ask yourself this, even at this level, even if you're just comfortable with $50,000 a year, which you shouldn't do that. But even if you are comfortable with just $50K, if you're happy with $50,000 per year, you're going to love what I'm going to show you, by the way. But if you're just okay with $50,000 per year, that's cool. This is what's needed. You either need $1 million or $500,000 invested into real estate or into stocks or whatever it is. Deal you anywhere from 5 to 10% return. This is assuming you're great. If you're great and you're able to get this 10% return, I'll clap it up to you. Props to you. Ask yourself, do you have $500,000 that you can invest in real estate? Ask yourself this, how long do you have to save to make $500,000? At your current rate of savings, how long will it take you to save $500,000? Now ask yourself this, how long do you have to save to have $500,000 that you can then risk in the real estate? Because it's not a guarantee. So if all you have is $500,000, you don't want to invest the whole $500,000 because you might end up losing it. It's just how investments work. It's risk. So how long at your current rate of savings would it take you to save up $500,000 to be able to risk $500,000 that you're comfortable losing if it came down to it to make $50,000 a year? As I was getting my life started, I was like, this just seemed stupid. Like, how long is it going to take me to make $500,000 that I can risk? Now, I'm going to show you how to get to that point where that's nothing. But ask yourself this, with what you're currently doing, right? See, there's different ways to look at opportunities, guys. There's a lot of stuff that sound impressive, and then there are things that actually are impressive, right? So real estate, stocks, crypto, all these things, they sound impressive, but when you lift up the hood and see what it takes, a lot of these things actually aren't impressive and they're not practical. What you want is two things. You want something that is both proven and practical. Proven and practical. Somebody comment proven practical. Type proven and practical in the chat. You need something that's both proven and practical. So proven means it's not ground floor. Proven means it's been around a little while. Proven means there is a word called sustainability. You need a business that's going to be sustainable. You need a business that's going to be here for the long run. I'm going to show you guys a business that's going to be here for a long run, and I am going to explain and break down to you exactly why that is. Practical. Practical means it has to be something that everyday person can do, right? There's a few reasons why most people can't start their own business. One is they just don't have the capital. They just don't have the money to get started. I'm going to show you guys a business that you can start on a shoestring budget. In fact, when I started mine, I had $0 to my name. I was actually negative. I had negative bank accounts when I started this business. So I'm going to show you guys a way that you can start a business with no money. All right. The next thing, expertise. Most people don't have the expertise to go out and start their own business. I'm going to show you guys how you can start a business where you don't need a ton of expertise. You can actually leverage the expertise of others. So that way you don't have that as a disadvantage. The next thing, time. You have to have the time. Most people just, quite frankly, don't have the time to start their own business. Now, fortunately for me, when I discovered this business model, I was working in corporate America and I got laid off. So I had all the time in the world. I didn't have no money. I had no money, no expertise. It is what it is. But these things take a lot of people out. They don't have the money, they don't have the expertise, they don't have the time. Well, I'm going to show you a practical way to where you don't need a lot of money, you don't need a lot of expertise, and it doesn't require a lot of time. In fact, you'll be able to take this business model and make hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year while working completely part-time. So those are the things that go into me factoring what is the best business for 2023. It's both proven and practical. It doesn't just sound impressive, it is impressive. All right. So I want to give you guys a little bit of my story. How did all this come about, Jeremy? How did you understand this? Well, how did I get on this journey? Well, guys, to start off, I was a producer in corporate America, right? And a lot of you guys may find yourself in the same position, and you guys are participating in the same system that I participated in. Because if you were like me, you were probably taught the same things I was taught. Go to school, work hard, get good grades so you can graduate and get a good job. If that was you, comment me in the comments. Comment me if that was you, if you heard that same thing. I was taught that. And then what that does is it puts you directly in the 40-40-40 plan. 40-40-40. What's that? Well, what they didn't tell you is the next part of the equation, because the real equation goes, you go to school, you work hard, you get good grades, you graduate, and you get a good job. And from there, you're going to work 40 hours a week for the next 40 years of your life. You're going to retire on only 40% of your income. 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life to retire on only 40% of your income. Here's the problem I had with that. 40 hours a week was way too much of my time in my week. 40 years of my life, I was going to take the best years of my life and commit them to a job, a job, job just over broke, a job for 40 years, the best years of my life, until I can retire and finally have fun when I'm too old to enjoy it and have to do it off of only 40% of my income. I don't know if you guys ever played baseball. To me, that sounds like 3 strikes, you're out. I ain't want nothing to do with that. And y'all probably don't want anything to do with it either, but the problem is that's all we've been taught. It's the only thing we've been taught. So how did I get out of that? I didn't have a choice. I'm working for a company. I'm gonna give you guys a short version of my story. I'm working for a company. I'm a producer. I just got engaged, and it was January 2019. I got engaged December 2018. January 2019, I'm at this corporate sales job. They gave me a pay cut. I'm like, yo, right after I just got engaged, though? Like, all right, whatever. They gave me a pay cut, changed my whole position, and said, hey, we just want you to cold call for us now. Build us $1 million book of business from January to December. All right, cool, whatever. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm getting married in March. So I got to produce. What I'm going to do, quit my job right before I get married? Sound like a recipe for disaster. So I thought in my head. So I'm grinding out 127 cold calls every single day, y'all. 127 cold calls. And you know what? I started single-handedly producing more new accounts than the entire department used to do combined. I had the work ethic. I made absolutely no money doing that, though. But I had the work ethic. So I opened up a ton of accounts in January, opened a ton of accounts February. March comes, the beginning of March, I get married. End of March, they does a celebration for me. You know, congratulations on your wedding. It was just like Dunkin' Donuts in the break room. It's like, whatever, it's not a big deal. But you know, I appreciate it. Thanks for the recognition. By the end of March, I built them $1 million book of business. $1 million in contracts in only 3 months. I come in the beginning of April, like, yo, I am the man. They called me into the office. Hey, yo, dude, you rocked it. Thanks for everything you've done for us. We don't need you anymore. Had all my stuff packed up in the box waiting for me at the door. So I'm like, dang, that's messed up. So now I'm sitting here, I'm newly married, I just produced for this company, and I'm unemployed. And I feel stupid. And you know what? That should have been my wake-up call right then and there, but it wasn't. My first reaction was, I need to get a new job. I just got married. So I'm working at a gym. And while at the gym, I'm interviewing for a general sales manager position. Middle of my interview, I pull out my phone, go on Instagram, and I start promoting the gym. And the VP who was interviewing me says, yo, you're good with social media marketing? Yo, we need that. I'm like, all right, cool. They hire me. I knew nothing about social media marketing. So I go online and I buy a social media marketing agency course. So I can learn everything about social media, running for a business. And here's what I learned. I learned I could make more money doing that for myself as a business than I could as an employee at that gym. I talked to the operations manager there, and he said the same thing, that he actually used to run an agency, but he just wasn't as business savvy. He didn't know really how to do business. So we partnered. I didn't beg him, but we partnered, and then we started our first agency, which is called Elite Minds Marketing. You can still look it up today. And that's the model I'm going to teach you guys. Now, we went through some trials, went through some errors, we did a lot of stuff wrong. I'm gonna let you guys learn from mistakes. I'm gonna show you the proper way to put that business system in place. All right. But the first mistake everybody makes when it comes to creating financial independence, when it comes to business creation, even in your corporate jobs, here's the number one mistake everyone makes. They have the wrong target. They have the wrong target. If you don't have the right targets, you're never going to be able to become financially independent. I want you guys to imagine you go outside or go to the park, you're playing pickup basketball, right? Yeah, got little moves, right? So you're gonna play some pickup basketball. You might be the man, you might be the woman on the court. I get it, I got you. You could be out there, perfect form, buckets, like just throwing up shots anywhere. I don't care how good your shot is. If there ain't no hoop attached to that backboard, you ain't making nothing. Because there ain't nothing for you to make. There is no goal. If you don't have a goal, you will never be able to make the shot. You can't hit a goal you don't have. And here's the problem. 90% of people just don't have a goal. They don't even have a target. And here's the crazy thing about 9% of those people, they have a target. They're doing better than the other 90%. But the problem is they have the wrong target. They got the wrong target. But then there's 1% that actually have the correct targets. And those 1% are the 1% wealthiest people in the world. What I call the 1%, they're the top 1%. Those are the people that have learned how to identify the proper targets. So I want to show you guys the targets you should be aiming for. Now, a lot of you think that, yo, I got goals, like I'm going to be good. Some of you want to hit that $1 million mark. You want to make $1 million. How much? Go ahead. Go get your million. Here's the problem. $1 million ain't no money. Because the problem is people are like, oh, if lottery's $1 million, you'll fold on the lottery, I'll be set. Well, lottery winners, they win the money, they use the money, they broke again. Especially if it's only $1 million. Because the problem is $1 million ain't no money. So let's say you won $1 million. Let's assume you have no new income. Social Security's broke, it's busted, it's going away, it ain't gonna be there for you. And if you do now, average retirement Social Security is like $1,300 a month. Ask yourself this: can you live off $1,300 a month now? Fast forward another 40 years of inflation. Can you live off of $1,300? Chances are the answer to those questions were no and heck no, or some other words other than heck, right? So let's assume you have no new income and you got that $1 million. Let's say you can find a way to live off of $4,000 a month. I don't know what your rent is. I don't know what your mortgage is. I don't know what your car payments are. I don't know what your utilities are. I don't know what your monthly expenses are. When I was in my apartment, I'm in the house now. I was in my apartment, the rent was $1,200 a month. I think it's going to $1,800 a month now. That's for one bedroom. Don't have a family. If you got a family, there's no way you're making this work. But rent's basically $2,000 now. Average car payment $500. You got $2,500. You got one for you and your spouse. Now you're at $3,000 a month in expenses. You ain't paying no utilities. You ain't got no groceries. You ain't went out. You ain't did nothing. And you definitely ain't putting no money away for savings. $4,000 a month. You got 25 years. And then you're dead broke. if you're 27, you'll be, if you're 27 now, 25 years, you'll be 52 and dead broke. $1 million ain't no money. See, the problem is people grow up, they work their careers, they retire, and they hope and pray that they got enough money to last. Basically, what the prayer is, which they don't even understand that they're making, is God, please let my money last longer than my life. Please let my life end before my money does. That's basically what people are praying when they get to retirement, because they don't have the money to sustain them. I'm going to show you guys how to fix all that. So you got to set the right target. Now, there's a lot of people in my space who their target income is $10,000 every single month. A lot of people make $10,000 a month, and that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The problem is that's an improper target, right? And I understand what their intention is behind that. But I'm gonna teach you guys a formula for success that's actually going to help you create financial independence, but you have to apply it. If you apply this principle, I guarantee you it's going to change your financial future for the rest of your life. And this is a concept I actually learned from Grant Cardone about 8 years ago. He calls it his 40% rule. It's the 40% rule. So basically, you're going to get to where your gross income, 40% of it is saved or stored. So that means in here, $4,000 needs to be stored or saved. So if you want to make those investments in the future, that's going to come from this. But here's the problem. This is off your gross. So before you put money anywhere else, you need to take $4,000 out of that $10,000. Here's the other problem. The IRS, the I, the R, and the S, the insidious representatives of Satan, the IRS, they're not going to let you do that. They're going to say, nah, get ours first. And they're going to take their $4,000. Now, the problem is, after this, all you have is $2,000 left. You have a hard time living off only $2,000 because that's basically rent now. So how are you going to live off of $10,000? Here's the problem, you're not. So if we took this up one notch, I've heard a lot of people, myself included in the past, used to say life starts at 20,000. I was wrong, because if we're following the same equation, we now have 8,000 in here. The IRS take away 8,000, and you still have $4,000 a month. We already did the equation with being a millionaire, how hard it is to live off of just $4,000 a month. If you have a family, you're definitely not doing that. You're definitely not living off $4,000 a month. So here's your real target. This should be your very minimum target. $30,000 every single month should be your minimum target is $30,000 a month, every single month. Now, following this equation, we got our 40% rule. We're going to take 12,000, tuck it away in the storage. IRS, always pay them, whatever, make sure they get their money. They're going to take their 12,000. And at the end of it, you still have $6,000. Now, don't get me wrong, $6,000 ain't no money. For a lot of you guys viewing this, this might be your salary currently at your corporate job. It might be more than your salary at your job. And that might sound lovely. But here's the thing, at $6,000 a month, you're paying your rent or mortgage, you're paying for your cars, you can go out, you can have some fun, you can you pay all your utilities, all your bills, do all that stuff. You can do that on $6,000. You still pay the IRS their money. You're still storing away $12,000 for the future. So $6,000 a month outside of saving $144,000 per year. You're good. Remember, I asked how long would it take you to save $500,000? You follow this equation, you're saving 144,000 every single year. So it's gonna take a few years for you to get there. So this should be your minimum target. Now, I'm saying life begins here. I'm not saying it ends here. I'm not saying that's perfect, but this should be your minimum target. So when I tell you most people have the wrong target, it's because most people are playing for way less than this. They're fighting for this. They're fighting for that. But the big number is their target. If all you're trying to get is 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 10,000 a month, you'll never hit your targets. You'll never become financially independent. You need to be going for minimum $30,000 every single month. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm going to show you guys exactly how to get there. So just hang in there with me, guys. Just hang in there with me. I told y'all I'm going to give you guys all the game tonight. I'm going to be real because at the end of the day, I'm going to be the realest. I'm going to show you how to make millions of dollars over your lifetime. I'm not going to have you just let me save up for 50 years and hope I got $1 million by the time I retire. No, because your mommy, your daddy, your teachers, your employers never told you that $1 million ain't no money, right? Millionaires are basically just the new middle-class people that are still scared and worried about money. I showed you, it only takes a certain amount of time before they're dead, broke, and busted. I'm going to be real with you guys today. So $30,000 a month is your minimum target. Now, the reason I'm talking to you guys about the best business for 2023 is because if you're like me, like I like money, I like banks, I like houses. I'm always looking at new houses, shopping for a Mercedes G-Wagon, Aston Martin, just went and test drove both of them, and I love them both. The Aston Martin DBX is absolutely phenomenal. That's definitely on the list for 2023. But you gotta set the right targets. You gotta have the money to afford those things, right? We're looking to purchase our dream house. It's a $5 million house. And I plan on paying cash for it. But you gotta have the right targets, right? But more than just having the money for all the nice things, I don't know what it takes for you to live your dream life, right? 30,000 a month, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100,000 a month, $1 million a month, right? I don't know what it is. But you can get there. The problem is there's people that tend to fall on two sides of the spectrum. You have people who have a lot of time. They have a lot of time, but they ain't got no money. I call them college kids. There's a lot of people that got a lot of money, they ain't got no time. Doctors, lawyers, dentists got a lot of money. They ain't got no time. I want to teach you how to fall in this category of people who have both time and money. I want you to have both. I want you to have enough time to enjoy your money and enough money to enjoy your time. Because there's a lot of people that people are surgeons, make hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year. Always on call, always working. Their family has a nice lifestyle. They got a nice house, they got the vacations. But whoever the surgeon is, he or she ain't going with them on those vacations. They're not at home, they're at work. They got all the money in the world, they just ain't got the time to enjoy it. And then you have the other side of people who have all the time in the world, and they sit at home doing absolutely nothing because they don't have the money to enjoy their time. So I want to teach you how to have both time and money. So the best business model and the best business for 2023 is to start a digital marketing agency, or what some people just refer to as SMMA, which is a social media marketing agency. Digital marketing agency or social media marketing agency. So what is that? That's essentially you just going online and you work with local businesses and you basically help them get leads. You help them increase their business by getting leads. Here's the beautiful thing. Proven, practical, sustainable. I talked about that, right? Why is this a sustainable business model? Well, marketing will always be needed as long as businesses need a couple of things. As long as business need leads or a business needs sales, they'll always need marketing because marketing brings in the leads, which brings in the sales. So as long as businesses always need leads, they always need sales, there'll always be the need for marketing. Marketing's been needed since the beginning of business, since the beginning of time. So marketing ain't going nowhere. It's always going to be here. Well, what about this digital part? That's just marketing on the internet or on social media. Social media, different channels, they come and go, but there's always new social media coming out. The internet ain't going nowhere. I don't care what anybody says, right? I don't care. Even if you look at all these, I don't think the world's going anytime soon to where they're projecting things will be at in the future. But with all these projections, I've never heard anybody say, yeah, the internet's not going to exist in the future. Internet's always going to be here. So as long as the internet is here, digital, and as long as there are always businesses, marketing, digital and marketing will always be here. So start your own digital marketing agency is a sustainable business model because it will always be here. It's never going away. So when you're starting your digital marketing agency, you got to figure out what your services are going to be. We're going to get into that in a second. But this is just figuring out how to work with these businesses and generate leads for them. And there's a bunch of different ways to do that. We'll cover all that in just a second. So you got to figure out, what am I going to do for all these leads? Well, if you're going to have a successful digital marketing agency, I've seen people scale their agencies ridiculous, right? I got a client, Jay, just sent me a testimonial, just started doing some outreach, $12,000 in 2 weeks. Jordan Loriaga, $40,000 a month in his first year. Carson got $6,000 a month while doing this part-time as a freshman in college, not even taking his agency seriously. In our program, we have so many success stories. And I have friends that are just blowing this out the water. Your marketing companies, you can grow anywhere from a couple $100,000 to being like Jordan Zimmerman, who makes a few billion, like 10 billion a year, right? You can grow your marketing company to whatever size you want. Now, I'm going to show you how to get to at least $30,000 a month. That's $360,000 a year. I'm going to show you how to get that minimum. But to do it and do it effectively and do it the right way, you have to start with the right biz foundation. You have the right business foundation. It's just like building a house. If you start building a house on a faulty, unstable foundation, the whole house is going to crumble. The whole house is going to go down. So you got to build your business on the correct foundation. When I got started, I didn't do any of that. I made a lot of mistakes. I got started, me and my partner, we went out, got our first client. I love that. I'm actually going to post a video about that soon, about that journey into our first client. But here's the deal. I got my first client. I charged $300 for the month, which sounded cool, like $300, my very own business. I was still working corporate at the time. I'm like, yo, this is awesome. Made an extra $300 on the side in 1 month. But the business still needed some money. So we gave a third of the money to the business. My partner got a third of the money, and I got a third of the money. So I only got $100 for a month's worth of work, though. So I'm gonna work all month for $100. Somebody in the comments say the math ain't mathing. So I was like, hold up. I ain't doing that. And then you know what? Time came up to get another client. And what did I do? $300 or $500. I might work $500. I don't know. I was like $300. So I think that client was also $300. Or it might have even been $200. She couldn't afford it. So I just took what I could. Fell into that trap. Oh, I just gotta get what I gotta get what I gotta get. I gotta get what I gotta get. Don't fall into that trap. You're working more than that. So I'll say for my first 6 months of building my agency, I made like $600 total. And that is no bueno. That's not good. I don't want to see any of you guys do that. I don't want you guys to go through that. But I didn't have the right business foundation. And it wasn't until I eventually paid a guy to be my marketing coach and to teach me how to start my marketing agency the correct way. And once I started learning from him, I started getting the bigger picture of, oh, there's certain things I need to have in place. I need to create the right business foundation. So when you're creating your foundation, first thing you want to put in place is you need to have a niche. You have to have a niche. The richest are in the niches, right? Anytime someone comes up to me and they tell me about their agency and they say they don't have a niche, I'm like, don't make me niche slap you. You gotta have a niche. Now, I know it sounds counterintuitive, like, well, Jeremy, if I'm working in a specific niche, no, I'm only, like you get the big name people like the Grant Cardones, stuff like, no, don't do a niche. Yeah, he already got his money. Y'all don't listen to that. Get you a niche. Because you think, oh, I'm reducing the amount of opportunities I have because I only work with a small group of people. What you're doing is you're positioning yourself to grow fast. You're going to make money a lot faster with a niche. So this is the best example I can give you. This is why having a niche is so important. This is why it's so vital. Let's say I got a new client right now who's about to absolutely rock it. He actually just started. We had a conversation today, and he's going to be in the roofing niche with his agency. So imagine you have one company called Thunderbird Marketing. Yeah, last name in it, marketing, a marketing company. Sounds good. And then you have another company called Roofer Leads Fast. Thunderbird Marketing, Roofer Leads Fast. Well, when a roofer is looking for a marketing company to work with, they see Thunderbird Marketing, they see Roofer Leads Fast. They're like, I don't know what Thunderbird Marketing does, but I'm a roofer and I need leads fast. I'm going with them. Use your niche to position you above all the generic people, right? So you're going to instantly look more attractive to your niche. Now, here's the thing. I love to use the example of going to the doctor. So say you go to the doctor and you're having heart problems and there's something wrong with your heart. Now you got two options. You can go to the general doctor and say, hey, doc, fix my heart. Or you can go to the heart specialist. Doc, what's going on? What we got to do? Let's get this taken care of. Now, you ask yourself, if you're having heart problems, who would you rather go to? The general doctor or the heart specialist? Heart specialist, right? Why? Because he's a specialist. He specializes in solving your specific problem. You trust him to get you the results, the healing that you want, because he specializes in that. But the general doctor can work with everybody. He got more opportunity. But instead of going with him, you went with a person who specializes in solving your problem. When you have a niche, you position yourself as that specialist. You're not Thunderbird Marketing, you're the niche specialist. So they trust going with you more. So when you become a specialist, you instantly have more trust with inside your niche, which means they're more willing to do business with you. Here's the other thing. Who gets paid more money? The general doctor or the heart specialist? The heart specialist. Why? Because he's a specialist. The specialist always makes more money than a general practitioner. So when you're a general marketing agency, you can't charge the same thing as a specialist marketing agency. So when you have your niche, I am the best. I am the absolute best marketer. We are the best marketing agency when it comes to working with roofers. We are the best at working with restaurants. We are the best at working with realtors. We are the best at working with solar companies. When you specialize it and you have that niche, it allows you to also charge the prices of the specialist. So you get to charge a premium rate. So when I switched to my niche and I started working with realtors, I found my first real estate client and I was still scared. I had those limiting beliefs, right? I had to break out of it. So I say, yo, I pitched him, I said $500. He paid me. Okay. this is good. Got a little bit more money than I did with those $300 clients. So then I went to another realtor, $997. And he paid me. All right, now this is getting a little bit better. $1,000 for the work. We starting to cook. I talked to another realtor, $1,350. And he paid me. Yo, what? Talked to another realtor, $1,750. And he paid me $1,750. Like, yo, why was I charging $300? I got this niche and became a specialist. We started talking to another realtor. We told her $6,000. We're from $1,750 to $6,000. I don't know what I was thinking. But I'll tell you what, she paid us $6,000 because we were specialists. We specialized at working with realtors, and when you become a specialist, you can charge a premium price. So first thing is you gotta have that niche. It's gonna allow you to have more trust, which makes it easier to close the deals. And then two, you can charge even more. So it's easier to get them to pay, and it's easier to get them to pay you more. The richest are truly in the niches. So that's the first part of the foundation. The next part is you need to have a copy and paste solution. A copy and paste solution. So what do I mean by that? That means you get you a service that you can do over and over and over again for each client and get each client the same results over and over and over again with the least amount of effort on your part, because you're not having to create something new every single time. It is the same predictable system. So your copy and paste solution could be Facebook ads. I had a Facebook ads agency. I ran Facebook and Instagram ads. I had 4 ads that I would run. That's it. Every time a realtor gets launched, I'll run this ad. And that ad will work. It will get each realtor the same results. And then eventually that ad will stop working. And I go to the next ad and I'll run it until it stopped working. Now I go to the third ad, run it until it stopped working. Get to the fourth ad, I'll run that ad until it stopped working. Then I'll go all the way back to the very first ad and repeat the process for every single client. All I had to do was change the images per client, but the ad said the same thing pretty much. So you create a copy and paste solution. Copy this campaign, paste it to this client, paste it to this client, paste it to this client. And what that allowed me to do is I could hire a virtual assistant that could run all that for me. Virtual assistant in the Philippines, pay them $3 an hour, which I know it sounds like slave wages, but just with the conversions from US dollars to Filipino pesos, they're making $3 or $4 an hour over there. They still making $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year living here in the States. So for them, that's a good wages. Like they feel good making those wages. But it's low cost for you. Remember that capital thing? You don't need any capital, very low capital if you're going to pay a virtual assistant to do this, and then they can manage 15 clients. And here's the thing, I'm going to show you that you want to get your clients each paying you a minimum of $3,000 per month. So if each client is doing $3,000 per month, and that virtual assistant that you're paying $500 a month to, they're managing $45,000 worth of clients, 3,000 times 15 clients. $45,000 for the business for you, and it only costs you $500 in fulfillment costs. So out of $45,000, $44,500 is profit still. Guys, every opportunity ain't created equal. This is the best business for creating financial independence in 2023. I'm trying to tell you guys. So you gotta create your copy and paste solution. It could be Facebook ads. It could be Google ads. It could be TikTok ads. It could be SEO, which is search engine optimization, helping companies appear on the top of Google searches. It could be email marketing. It could be LinkedIn marketing. Whatever it is, you choose which online marketing service you want to provide, and then you create a copy and paste solution. All right, remember, reasons that people can't start the business: capital, expertise, and time. So let's talk about the expertise thing. You may not have the expertise to do any of those services I just listed out, but you can find a contractor to do it for you. Go on Fiverr, go on Upwork, get in Facebook groups, connect with marketers. Here's the cool thing. Marketers that do that stuff, they love that stuff. That's their bread and butter. They specialize at it. They don't want to do anything but that. Problem is, they don't know how to get clients. Here's the thing. You have a business that finds the clients for them, and then you partner with them. And a lot of these guys, for $500 to $1,000, they'll do all the work for you. And you just pay them a little bit of your profit. So you charge $3,000, you give them $500, you still got $2,500 profit from that client. And they're doing all the work for you. You don't need any of the expertise. You just got to find a person that does that. So you don't need the expertise. You're going to make a lot of money. We just talked about the profit involved. It didn't take a lot of money to start. And the time, I'm going to show you guys how you can do this part-time. We're getting there. But you have a copy and paste solution. Here's a concept you're not going to find anywhere other than me or my students or the people I taught this to. So I'm teaching this to you guys now. This is a concept that I came up with called the Magic 3. Now, the Magic 3 are 3 things you put in place that makes the prospect want to do business with you before you even get on the phone and talk to them, right? You put the Magic 3 in place, they already want to do business with you. Now, what are those 3 things? First thing is they need to see that you are an established company. They need to see a bold offer and that you've done it for someone like them. They say that you're an established company, you have a bold offer, and you've done it for someone like them. That's your Magic 3. When a prospect sees these 3 things, it makes them want to do business with you before they even hop on the phone. So you're just getting started. You're not established yet. Jeremy, that's impossible. Nay. There's this thing called PR. You can get press releases. You can get articles printed about your business in the news. Talk about how great your business is. Yeah, but my business isn't great. I'm just starting it. I haven't even started it yet. Gotcha, calm down. Calm down, I got you. See, people look at the news, they read the news, watch the news, and to them, that's the gospel. They believe every single bit of it. Here's the thing they don't understand. The media, it's a business. Okay. What does that mean? That means money talks. You can pay these media outlets to write articles about you, and they'll feature it. Every single client I work with, as part of our program, we get them featured in 200 articles the time they get their company started. We're going to feature in 200 articles, including Fox. And it costs less than $1,000 for us to do that. Shoestring budget, guys. Doesn't take a lot of money. For less than $1,000, you have a fully established brand. So people are going to look you up. They're going to see you featured in all these articles. They're going to say, yo, their company is legit. And then they're going to see a bold offer. You got to make an offer to them so bold that they feel stupid saying no to it. Right? Hey, you're a real estate agent. I'm going to help you get 4 new deals every single month, guaranteed. I give you all your money back, plus an additional $100 for wasting your time. Tell me if you're a realtor and you hear that, that don't catch your attention. That's a hook. That type of offer is like, yo, if that's true, I need to work with them. I got nothing to lose. I'm going to make a lot of money. They'll give me all my money back plus some. Bold offer. And then they're going to say, well, Fox and all these other companies have said they're legit. So if they're saying that, and all these articles saying they legit, I trust that. And doing it for someone like them, Germany, no, that's impossible. I ain't got no way to prove I've done it for someone like them. Remember with that copy and paste solution, I said work with contractors. You partner with those contractors. Hey, listen, I'm going to help you get new clients every single month. I'm going to be able to pay you to work with these clients every single month. Beautiful thing about these contractors is you don't pay them until after the client pays you. So you never lose money to get the work done. The client's essentially paying. You ain't got to front no type of money. So you're like, hey, I'm going to bring you clients every single month. You're going to make money every single month from what I do. But in exchange from you is, I just need case studies and testimonials of people that you've helped out before. And they're going to say, yeah, if it's going to be closed deals here. Here's this client I worked with. Here's this client. Here's the results. And now they're going to let you use those results for your company. And the way you say is, these are results that me and my team have gotten for other people. These are results that me and my team, because that contractor is partnering with you, they're part of your team. You could just say your team, but me and my team, these results me and my team have gotten for other realtors, for other roofers, for other car dealers, whatever your niche is. So now they're going to say, hold up. That offer, what they said, that sounds good. All these articles, all these people are talking about how they did it. And they did it for this person, this person, this person. By the time you actually talk to them, they're already sold. They're already sold. So you got to put together that magic 3. You employ the magic 3, you're going to be signing on clients hand over fist. You're just going to make so much money. And the last part of your foundation, you're going to need a traffic source. You got to have a traffic source. You know, most people hate traffic because you're working a job right now. You're getting stuck in traffic on the way to and from work. I got you. That's not what I'm talking about. Traffic source is the way for you to generate appointments. A way for people to funnel themselves into your business. So how are you going to do that? There's a bunch of ways. You can go on social media and you can send DMs to the people in your niche. Really easy. I'll give you a hack. I wasn't going to do this, but I told you guys I'm giving you all the game tonight. You can go to their DMs. How do I find them? You search Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, Instagram hashtags. Type in realtor if that's your niche. You can find realtor groups, Atlanta real estate, realtors of Dallas, whatever. And there's going to be a group of thousands of people in your niche in it. Same with LinkedIn, same with Instagram hashtags, all those type of things. You can just type in your niche, and you're going to find all these people. You just shoot them a DM, let them know about your services, shooting them your offer. All right. Another way is you can run ads. I don't care if that's Facebook, Instagram, Google, TikTok, whatever. You can do SEO for your own business. And you can be coming up on the top of the Google searches. You can cold call. I got a virtual assistant cold call for me. They'll make 100 to 150 cold calls every single day and book 1 to 2 appointments every single day for me. You can have someone cold call for you, or you can cold call yourself. I did that at one point too as I was getting started. Or you can even cold email. Find these people, find their websites, find wherever they're at online, shoot them an email. There's no lack of ways of creating traffic sources. I'm gonna give you some more. Podcast. You can do a podcast. You can do a podcast, or you can be featured on podcasts and have people talk about it for you. You can work with affiliates, and you have other people promoting you. You can do network groups like a BNI or a Blue or whatever chamber of commerce in your area. And you can connect with people there that you can do business with. There's no shortage of ways of booking appointments and driving traffic to your business. You guys are taking note. This is your business foundation. You put each of these things in place from the start of building your business, you're going to be able to grow and scale to multiple six figures at a very fast rate. This is how you go from $0 to $40,000 a month in only 90 in your first year, not only 90 days. You can do that. It's gonna take a little bit of a push. If you do it, I'm not gonna say you can't. But if you're like Jordan, and go on our website on our page, you can see his testimonial. 40,000 a month in his first year. It's not bad. Ask yourself, what could you do with the extra $40,000 every single month? This ain't hocus pocus. This ain't pie in the sky. This is proven. This is practical. This has been done. The system is in place. I'm pretty sure by now you're starting to see how the system can be in place. But here's the thing. There's something that you guys have heard about that doesn't even seem like it exists. And that is called work-life balance. Work-life balance. Most people think that doesn't even exist. Why do people think that? Well, because we're accustomed to working 8 hours of our day. We get the best hours of our day to a job. We get the best hours of our days, the best days of our weeks, the best weeks of our months, the best months of our year, and the best years of our life to a job. We're there all day. Wake up. And this is what I didn't want as a man. I hated the thought of me waking up early in the morning, getting ready, getting myself together, going to a job, spend the best hours of my day at a job, giving it everything I got, hit traffic on the way home, get back late at night, and then I gotta give my wife, my family the leftovers. Sounds backwards. I rather give my family my best. I rather give my wife my best. But so many people are caught up in that type of work life, so they don't have the balance. So work-life balance. But take the weekend off. That's what people say. You got the weekends. When you get home from work, that's family time. That ain't work-life balance, man. Skip my leftovers. That ain't work-life balance. This is a business that lets you have work-life balance. How does it let me do that? Well, because you work with a contractor that's doing all the marketing work for you. So you ain't gotta do that one. Yeah, but what I gotta do? What about that traffic source? You want to have virtual assistants on all those traffic sources for you. $3 an hour. You ain't got to pay that much money. You ain't doing none of the work to generate your appointments. Once they become clients, you got to do the work for the clients. So what do I have to do? Well, you still have to get the clients, which is the dreaded sales word. People don't like sales. No, sales is a beautiful thing because that's your revenue. That's how you get paid. And when you put that foundation in place and you employ the magic 3, sales become easy because they already want to do business with you by the time you talk to them. Okay, Jeremy, but I still got to do sales. Yeah, you got to do sales. You got to learn sales, whatever. I'm going to help you out with that. I'm going to simplify this whole process for you right now. Jeremy, even if you simplify the whole process, isn't that still me working, giving my family the leftovers? Nope. Because here's the beautiful thing. You get to do this thing called phone sales, where every single sales call you take is over the phone. Here's the beautiful thing about your cell phone. You can take that anywhere with you. So you can go to the beach and you can work from the beach. You want to go to the mountains, you can work in the mountains. You don't leave the country, you work around the country. You have no limitations to where you can be at. You can literally work from anywhere. So you can go on vacation with your family, take an occasional phone call, close the deal, make thousands of dollars, then go back to hanging out with your family. Sales call only takes 30 minutes. I literally closed $6,000 deals in 12 minutes. $6,000 in 12 minutes. It don't take a long time, especially when you have the magic 3 in place. and you got your niche and yourself in the right foundation. Now, here's the beautiful thing. You might think, well, how many sales calls do I have to take? Check this out. Me personally, I had a 36% close rate running an agency anytime I do sales. It took around 36% closing. So essentially, a little bit more out of 1 out of every 3 calls I take, somebody's going to buy. So if I only take 1 call a day, somebody's going to buy throughout the week. Or work Monday through Friday. I actually only take sales calls Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So only 3 days still gives me 4-day weeks, 4 days off, 4-day weekends, 4 days off. And then on the days I actually do work, if I only do 1 call a day and I'm charging $6,000, I'm still gonna make $6,000 a week. But here's the thing, I'm gonna show you, because on average, most people only close in 10%. The goal is to get to at least 20%. But here's the thing, if you only close at 10%, you're charging $3,000. I'm gonna do some math. Let's say you book 100 calls every single month. That sounds like a lot. Well, out of that, if you have a 10% close rate, you're going to close 10 clients. 100 calls, 10% close rate, 10 clients. Each client is paying you $3,000 a month. 10 clients paying you $3,000 a month. You're going to make $30K a month. Assuming those clients don't pay you again, which most don't pay you again and again and again. So that 30 goes on to 60 and to 90, and it keeps increasing. Some clients fall off, some stay on. But you're gonna make tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah, Jeremy, but I have to take 100 sales calls for that. Even if your sales calls, for some reason, instead of being 30 minutes or less, they were an hour long. I'd say your sales call should never be more than an hour. That's your max. If it's going longer than an hour, you're doing something terribly wrong. It don't take that much. But even if it was a full hour, that's 100 calls a month. That's 100 hours a month. Sounds scary. Don't forget, you've been working 40-hour work weeks. First week, that's 40. 4 weeks in a month, that's like 160 hours. So what's that breakdown to? 100 divided by 4, that's 25. That's 25 hours a week that you're working. That's still part-time. So you work part-time to make $30,000 a month. You work 25 hours a week to make $30,000 a month. If you're working 5 days, Monday through Friday, that's 5 hours every single day. You work 5 hours a day from the comfort of your home or on vacation or whatever. Then you make $30,000. That was the target, right? You just hit your target. This is a month, because as long as you get those clients' results, they're going to pay you again the next month, and then the next month, and then the next month. So you literally just hit your target in 1 month. Now, you're not going to start making 100 calls and closing 10% your very first month. Most people don't. Some people do. Most people don't. Very few do. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to give you some pie in the sky. And like, y'all, it does take work. Like, I want you guys to know that. This isn't no money for nothing, right? I don't like to say the get rich quick thing, because getting rich is relative. Because even to me, like 30,000 a month ain't no money. They ain't rich, right? That's your minimum. That's not rich. But people are like, hey, Jeremy, it's just get rich quick. My first thought, honestly, is like, yeah, you better hope so, because you ain't gonna be alive long enough to get rich slow. You ain't gonna have your youth long enough to get rich slow. No, it's funny. Everybody hears about the dangers of get rich quick, but they're never told about the dangers of stay broke forever scheme. But that's just a side, that's just a tangent. It's going to take work, right? For some people, that's rich, whatever. Get rich quick. I don't care if you think that's rich. It's not, but it can happen quick. But there is no such thing as money for nothing. It takes work. If you don't have that right business foundation set up, like I showed you, you ain't hitting those results fast. You gotta set the right foundation in place. So when it comes to the phone sales. I'm gonna give you the formula, the same system I follow. On each of my calls, this happened to close $6,000 cash collected in the bank in 12 minutes. At the beginning of your call, you're gonna have your greeting. Hey, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This is Bob from XYZ company. This still a good time. Awesome. How's your day going? Cool. That's your greeting. Then what we're going to do is called I did not intend to go this deep. I'm going to go this deep. I'm writing this way too small. Y'all ain't going to be able to read it. I mean, my handwriting is sloppy, so you're not going to be able to read it anyway. But let me write it a little bit bigger. So first thing is your greeting. You're going to greet them. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to pre-frame the call. It's going to give you the authority. I'm going to give you a pre-frame right now, really fast. All right, awesome. All right, Bob. So typically the way these calls go is I'm just going to ask you a couple questions about your business, see where you're at, what problems you're facing, where you're trying to go. And if it sounds like we can help you, then I'll let you know more about what we do. We can talk next steps. And if not, then that's fine too. We'll just go separate ways. I might be able to refer you out to somebody better to help you. How's that sound? Yeah, it sounds good. That's your pre-frame. So now you just took control over the call. You let them know exactly how the call is going to go. They're going to be okay with you asking them all these questions about their business. And you've eased the pressure because you already told them, like, hey, if it's not a good fit, whatever, it's cool. I might refer you to somebody better. So now there's pressure off and you position yourself as the authority. So you set yourself as the authority. Now, here's where we're going to frame it to make you seem even more like a professional. I like the concept of selling like a doctor. What does that mean? Well, if you think about going to the doctors, a doctor, when you see the doctor, you don't just sit there and you walk in and they say, yeah, you got to have heart surgery. Yeah, I haven't even told you what's wrong with me yet. Like, I was dealing with this pain in my knee. They don't just prescribe you something. Here, hey, doc, how's it going? Hey, take this medicine. What's this medicine for? This is flu medicine. I have a cut on my foot. Like, what do I need flu medicine for? They don't do that. They don't just prescribe something to you from the beginning. There's a series they take you through. If they try to prescribe something to you from the beginning, that's malpractice. They can lose their job. So they take you through a specific process before they prescribe something to you. And when they get that prescription, you don't question them. You don't say, well, doc, I don't have the money for that. No, doc, I need to think about it. I need to check with my spouse. Like, no, because the doctor has set himself up as a professional in the authority. And when you're framed as a professional in the authority, it eliminates the objections. Now, if they just straight up say, hey, this is your medicine, you'd be like, yo, I got injections. Well, like, yo, hold up. I need some time. But when you first come in, first thing they're going to do is what's called the examination. They're going to ask you questions and figure out exactly what's going on. You're going to do the same thing with their business. You're going to ask them questions to see exactly what's going on in their business. Where they're at, what problems they're facing, what they're trying to accomplish. All right, cool. From there, we're going to go to the diagnosis. Just like with the doctor. They're going to ask you these questions, and then after they got enough information, they're going to say, to me, it sounds like this is the problem. You're going to do the same thing. After you've gone through your examination, you're going to tell them, from my end, it sounds like this is the problem you're facing. Is that correct? And they're going to say yes, and you're going to come to agreement on what the problem is. Here's the beauty of the way I sell. My whole sales process is you figure out in vivid detail where they're at, in vivid detail where they want to be, then you position yourself as the bridge to get them there. So now we just come to an agreement on where they're at, where they want to be, and what that missing link is, and now you're going to become that missing link. So once you come to that agreement, then and only then can you get to the prescription. That's where the doctor prescribes the medicine or the procedure for you. This is where you prescribe your service as the solution to their problem. This is where you let them know that you're going to be the bridge. Great. Cool. It sounds like this is the problem. Is that correct? Yes. Awesome. Well, I can 100% help you out with that. Would you like me to tell you what I do? That's the only reason they're on the call with you. Yeah, I want you to tell me what you did. Awesome. So now they just gave you permission to pitch them. And that is powerful. There is no resistance there. They feel like they're in control. So now you're going to pitch them and you're going to position yourself perfectly as the thing to get them from here and to here. So you now prescribed it, and now you want to close the sale. Cool. This is what we do. Does that line up with something you're looking for? Yeah. Awesome. Are you 100% confident that this is the process that can actually help you? Yes. Why do you feel like that? They're going to tell you why they feel like your solution is the perfect solution, right? Anything you say is a lie. Anything they say is the gospel truth. So now they just got themselves to admit to you that they need your services. Awesome. If that's the case, best thing is to go ahead and get you started. So when you accomplish X, Y, Z like you said you want. You take Visa, Master, American Express. How can we get you started today? And then you collect payment on the phone. And now you just made $3,000. And if you do a good job, each of those $3,000 are actually you making $36,000 over the course of 12 months. So in this phone call that might take you 30 minutes, you just made $36,000. Simple process, just like that. So guys, start your own digital marketing company. Creating that lifestyle business where you have your traffic source set up that's automatically booking appointments for you. You don't have to do it. Having a fulfillment partner, a contractor doing all the marketing work for you. You don't have to do it. All you're doing is taking occasional sales calls here and there, following a simple process to close deals where prospects already want to do business with you before they even get on the phone. Simple process that's going to help you make that $30,000 a month. That's your target. And now you can start living life by design instead of by default. So guys, hope you guys have found this video helpful. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like the video, subscribe to this channel. I'm always giving more tips, more tricks. And if you want us to come into your business, create that foundation for you, hire your team, pay their salaries for you for the first 90 days, handle all your PR, set the whole Magic 3 for you, create your bold offer, all that stuff, and then give you our step-by-step same closing script that I've used to close those same deals in 12 minutes. And you want us to help you scale to $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month guaranteed, then all you have to do is go to lifestyleceofast.com. That's lifestyleceofast.com. I'm going to drop a link probably in the description box. Click the link, go to the website, book a time to chat, and we can go through all the specifics with you. But appreciate you guys tuning in, whether you're here on YouTube, whether you're here on Instagram. Make sure you guys share this out, hit that notification bell for the next video, and I'll see you guys then.